Welcome back to Group Call. Continuing off yesterday, what yesterday did. Obviously, as you guys can see, manipulation, price rebalance into this even 15-minute right here, and continue displacing, etc., etc., etc. After we displaced, Asia opens, we come back, we rebalance, turn manipulation. Asia displaces, but after it displaces again, more accumulation is starting to appear. And if you look to your left, we are coming in to close this new day opening gap, or new week opening gap as well. Obviously, we still have some accumulation above on the left to take out, but if you look at ES has pretty much almost made SFT. So that side, wait, no, 3 a.m. Now we're chilling. 3 a.m. was good. Cool. We even have SFT there. Alright, good. So NQ pumped pretty much very nicely. It had this SFT up here, but nonetheless it doesn't really matter, because if you look at ES, did ES take out this high? No. Cool. So ES didn't take out this high. NQ came up and made the SFT. So as you guys can see, NQ made the manipulation, right? So NQ is the manipulative pair, so it can resweep whenever it wants, right? Since we have the SFT, right? ES can literally dig as deep as it wants, but it'll never look to take out this high right here. This high, as you guys can see, it never took it out until like way after we made the manipulation lower to go back higher. But nonetheless, as you guys see, we have SFT. So turn manipulation, SFT as well right here. NQ resweeps that high as well, and on ES we have the small SFT with internal manipulation. So if you look at it, 3 a.m. is right next to London opening, so this is a really prominent manipulation, especially at these time sessions. When you have a time session manipulation like at 3 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. or 2:45, it's really prominent. Like for example, even for NQ, or I mean for New York AM, if you have one at 8:30 or 9:30, really good, really prominent. Cool. From here, price makes the manipulation, order block gets created right here very nicely. As you guys can see, price never tapped into it, but nonetheless it's still fine. Price trades away, displaces lower, breakup structure very good. Look to your left, what has price been doing for the last days? Building accumulation for us to take out. So even here on the left as well, as you guys see, price pumped away, came back, took out the accumulation right here. If we mark all this out right here, it took pretty much all of that out and displaced away. So same thing is gonna happen today, or my bad, Wednesday. Again, price rebounds inside the CB, gets near the order block and never really touches into it, but continues to displace away. We have more displacement past the slope, so price didn't take out this order block at 3:45 a.m. Let's look at ES. Did we have SFT? Bro, why is my plan keep canceling? I have it on auto renew. What the fuck? Cool. No, we're chilling. We don't have SFT, but nonetheless that's still fine. ES pumps while NQ dumps. So okay, cool. ES was making the manipulation after New York AM, but in London, New York set the, or NQ set the bearish manipulation for NQ, I mean for New York AM, to continue us going lower. ES still had accumulation lower, so NQ was gonna look to make the manipulation lower, while ES is looking to deliver higher for us. Cool. After NQ is rebalancing, etc. 8:30 we have a pump up at PPI. I think we had, doesn't really matter, but nice internal manipulation inside the CB right here. Price takes it all out, and we rebalance inside this order block. This order block doesn't come from manipulation, yes, but it's still respected it nonetheless. If you were still confused, how is price going to trade away from here? We didn't really tap into anything. If you mark it out like this, right, you can see after price rebounds inside of it, we have internal manipulation, right? From this internal manipulation, we can make this other order block right here. But if you didn't see that internal manipulation, you can still see we displaced the way we left behind an order block. And how was price reacting at that order block? It just respected it at exactly 9:30, and we immediately flipped the candle when we started to dump. So that would have been pretty much your bias for the day, and narrative is just legit a continuation. Even on the 5 minute, you can see price rebounds back inside this order block to dump on ES at 9:30. Again, you can see ES at 9:30. What did it do? It pumped higher. It made SFT with the highs up here, and it pretty much pumped up. So we have a fat SFT right here at 9:30. Internal inflation, SFT, I mean, what more do you need to confirm that price is gonna go lower? Even on the 1 minute, you can literally see price came back up, took out all this accumulation right here. I mean, it's not really accumulation, but this was accumulation right here. So it took all of it out, displaced away. If you want to mark out this order block, I mean, you can, but it's kind of fat. So if you just stuck to the wick, if you refined it to the wick, you would have had like a really CE entry type of. But nonetheless, 935, if you waited patiently and you waited for an actual entry, price would have gave you at 935 after we started to displace lower. Right here, we rebalanced more displacement, so shorts here would have been valid. If you took the earlier entry up here, still fine. Here, still fine. Obviously, your first TP would have been this low. Boom, there you go. And from here, if you were looking for re-entries, you can see price displaces too. We rebalance and we displaced them again. So even if you took the candle closure, stop loss at the high up here, or even at the rebalance preferably, because price can still take out this SIBI, but like the rebalance, it will still look to respect it. Boom. And obviously look for a 1-to-1 or a TP on the left. So legit, this would have been like one of your DOLs right here. Even the second one would have been fine as well. Boom, boom, there we go. So after price took out this internal DLO, you could see we did create an order block. Price is rebounding into it and it's displacing away, but the displacement candles, they started to slow down right here. You can see that it looks really weak. We don't really want to see that when we create order blocks or we are starting to displace away from it, right? So if you did long here, it's still fine because price was still presenting itself for longs right here for a rebalance. As long as you took it as a rebalance, you're still fine. Nonetheless, if you were waiting for shorts, this was your area for price to look to manipulate for us to continue going lower. And if you were in the longs, this was your first TP. Either way, you would have been safe for the shorts and the longs. So if you waited for that, good on you. If you didn't, unfortunate, can't really help you. Come back, internal manipulation, very nicely. We don't take out this high, but do we have SMT at 939? 939. 939, yeah, pretty much we have SMT, even though it was like really garbage. Nonetheless, it still works. From here, again, internal manipulation, this you disrespect, entries would have been here valid. Continuations DRD after here would have been valid. Again, stop loss either above the manipulation or the rebalance near the manipulation, still fine. Displacement, rebalance, if you want to refer to this as internal manipulation, still fine. More displacement lower, candle closure, displacement, very fine right here. Boom. And again, TP is one of your DOLs. The second you see price displace past this DOL, it's fine for you to look for this next one and these two on the left as well. Very nice. Again, we have another rebalance, more displacement lower, so you can see price is really presenting very nicely. Stop loss at the rebalance and TP, one of the DOLs on the left you have. Obviously, we are looking for this piece of accumulation to get taken out. All of this right here, these stacked lows that we were trading away from because we had SMT here, but now that we have bearish manipulation, it's fine for us to target this. So these are the cases where you can target this type of accumulation, right? Sometimes we leave behind this type of accumulation for the next week or for the next day or later on in the week, right? So many times, okay? But when we are trading this, don't look at this as like accumulation we have to take out same day. No, price can make a small internal manipulation here and trade away from it. When we have, like, for example, a bearish manipulation like here, and where price is starting to displace lower, then we look for this as targets, right? So now we have the bearish manipulation up here. Now we can look for the lows on the left as TP targets, right? So obviously you can look for a DOL down there, so which is legit what price did. Again, rebalance inside the CIVI that displaced us through, displacement lower. So right here, I know some of you guys were looking at these accumulations on the left right here. If you see prices dumping a lot, like taking out these lows, what makes you think that it's not going to go lower and take out this whole bunch of accumulation before actually reversing, right? So don't try to jump in at the second you see a CIVI inverse and like an order block creation. Think narrative and bias. How many times did we create an order block here? How many times even here? If you're looking at this as like, oh, internal manipulation to continue higher, it failed. 3 times it failed. So what makes you think the 4th time right here is gonna make anything happen, right? let's go back. Boom. Where were we? Right here. All right, cool. So now I'm clicking right here. Yeah. So CB gets rebalanced to we displace lower, price taps into this quote unquote order block, right? But we failed to displace past this type, so this is telling you that this order block is not holding. It's very, very garbage, right? And we are looking to continue even after rebalancing inside the CB. Again, a displacement entry right here would have been fine, even right here if you had the conviction. Nonetheless, stop loss would have been up here or up here. It's still fine. And price continued to displace lower. Even if you took the late entry right here as it displaced through, you would have still been fine. Stop loss at the high, TP 121, or the next deal wall, which we had on the left, right? After price came down here, right, I know we took out all these lows and it started to stagger, right? Especially right here. When you see price accumulate and chop like this sideways, how do we know it's displacing or it's chopping? I've talked about it before. When you see candles are moving horizontally, right, there's not any vertical displacement going up or like going down. It's just horizontal, right? So what do you see right here? Legit a horizontal box where price is just zigzagging. It's accumulating, right? So when it comes back to, you know, manipulate, obviously if you're gonna have longs, you're gonna look for price to continue at least past this previous high. But the second you see it fail to displace past this previous high, you have to look at price. What is price doing? Okay, instead of looking at price from a bullish perspective, let me just continue my bearish perspective that I've been seeing the markets go through, right? So we have this fat CB that price failed, or I mean price displaced through. Okay, cool. How many times did price come back inside of it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And you could see the fourth time as price came back where we had these relative equal highs, price manipulated this high, right? And we displaced lower. We displaced lower, we even broke through this piece of structure. So we had a nice breaker structure, displacement lower, right? After we broke through, we had a rebalance displacement, but we failed to displace lower again. Cool. Nonetheless, we still have this bearish order like that price can still respect. So let me wait for that and see what price does there, okay? Price comes back up, rebounds the side of it, gives us nice internal replacement. We displace through, cool. If you took an entry right here, it's fine as long as you had your stop loss at the manipulation high right here, which realistically would have gone stopped out if you had it to the tick. But if you were safer and you were seeing that like, okay, 6-point difference, but I could still be safe. If you had it up there, you would have 100% been fine. But if you waited for DRD or more displacement or more confirmation, you would have gone after price displaced through here, and you could see it's respecting those highs. So entry here would have been fine, stop loss at the high, and TP would be legit at these lows right here, or if you want to be safe, to this low. Price coming back up before it displaced through, you know it wanted to remanipulate because it slowed down. Manipulation, displacement through, entry here would have been fine, stop loss at the high, TP 121 would have been fine. And that was that. New York PM, we had the reversals. Why? Because price met the DLL on the left. If we mark it out, where is it? Did we just meet or did we just rebalance to? Let me see. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is from the order flow. So here, this is the thing I'm going to teach you guys later in the week or in the weekend or whenever I'm able to do it. Order flow, where price is reactive from respectable order blocks. All right, so price, sometimes when we make a manipulation, price won't always look to come back and like resweep. Sometimes it'll just come back near order block rebalance and displace away. So if we look at it here, obviously the 3-minute, I'll teach you guys how to refine it and stuff, but realistically it'd been like no lower than like 3-minute or like 5-minute, you know. So look at it, order block is created on the 5-minute, we mark it out, boom, price taps into it, displaces away. So this would be the recent order block rebalance. We even had internal replacement, another rebalance leg which would have been right here, and your next order block which would be right here. So this is like order flow, right? Price will never give you the same entry twice. So it would never displace away, come back, displace, come back, displace, come back. It would defeat the whole purpose. So what price does is it would create like a respectable manipulation, displace away, rebalance, displace away, rebalance, continue displacing away, rebalancing, you know, from like these order blocks, right? You see it at the bearish order blocks and bullish. A lot of people be like, oh, why are we edging this? Why are we edging this? Why are we edging this? We're not edging it. We are rebalancing into it and giving people re-entries. So when price came back down here, took out all this accumulation, if it filled its objective, right? And at the same time, guess what it did? it tapped us right into the order block. Boom. So, and that's how you get the top tick, bottom tick entries. Legit, that is what's being gate kept from like everyone. So if you entered here, slap your entry, 30 point SL. If you want to minimize it, 50 point SL. That's just from the top of it. You know, if you waited for a reaction, you would have probably had like no drawdown, 50 point SL, right? But that's how you get these bottom tick, top tick entries, right? Obviously, they come. I'll explain how to use them properly, etc., etc. But this is just like how do you get these bottom, top tick entries. Obviously, your first TP would be the first nearest high or low. So this would legit be the first near high or low. So legit, your first TP would be 260 points. Stop loss would be 30 points. You know, if you want to run the full thing. So 8.6 R is what you would realistically run. And then obviously right here you can see prices building accumulation for tomorrow and Friday. So. But overall, remember, we're still inside the swing, so price still has to rebalance. And what did it do? It rebalanced for us, so it fulfilled its objective. Let's see. I just still muted. Okay, chilling. Trade wise, give me a second. Let me pause. I'm back. New price wanted to take lower after 934 bullish displacement. Manipulating people executed on the bearish displacement right after. Q, yeah, clean. Internal manipulation, rebalance, order block, very valid. Again, template trading. Remember, why are we bullish here? Okay, yeah, you see us pump up, but overall narrative, 3 a.m. London time, we manipulate. We have a nice bearish manipulation. Even here, internal manipulation before price even displaces lower. Price comes up, swings up, internal manipulation, and then we displace lower. And if you waited and you patiently waited, and you would have seen right here, price is rebalancing inside the order block to displace away. Again, you FOMO to the first entry and you should wait, bro. Forward test. This was the internal manipulation rebalance. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Continuation at 944, then took out the reverse on 954. First trade we failed to rebalance the 5-minute higher. Had an immediate busy disrespect after taking out data L. GP up part of the accumulation lower. Second turtle soup, huge S&T, severe disrespect to pump up the rebalance. Yeah, valid. Also, I forgot to mention we did have an SMT with NQ and ES since NQ manipulated lower. We had like a fat SMT whatever with these lows down here, so I forgot to mention that, but you guys could still see from Tuesday from here to here. So this was like your SMT pretty much on ES, and yeah, so nevertheless it's still fun. Good trade. Good day to the FOMO. Yeah, I went over this again. We're bearish, narrative bearish, bias is bearish. This, I see why you took it, but wait for more confirmation, wait for price to displace past this high right here, okay? Bearish narrative, bearish narrative, so focus on the bearish manipulation. Again, you're marking out silly SMTs when we have these two candles up here. You could see price came back inside the CB nonetheless. It doesn't really matter either way. And you're just, it's like a sandwich of SMTs, bro. What is going on? This would have hit a sell nonetheless. Yeah, because price did come back up there again. No trade, just took this forward. Garbage forward test. No thought behind it. Forward test, more liquidity, lower to rebalance into range, CB disrespect. Yeah, turn to replacement, displacement, enter on it, stop loss above, valid. Price really clear on its objective when I hopped on the charts. We were clearly bearish. We got to a low, made it seem like we were reversing, but I knew there was just a rebound. So I didn't want to see internal rip, but it didn't come, so I just was more patient, waiting for more confirmation. After inspecting the CB and displaced lower, I wanted to see how we reacted. Very good. Clean. Good. Good. Good that you waited and you knew there was a rebound, so you didn't FOMO to the long side. Very, very good. Good job. Pay was solid. I took an L though. I took longs, but it was after a key level got manipulated and had 5-minute inverse and 1-minute inverse. And this long, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, this, it's understandable why you longed, right? But overall, we have this fat simi that displays through these longs that failed originally. These longs, you could see we had a manipulation on the left, order block, displacement, rebalance inside the order block, but it still failed nonetheless. So this right here, what makes you think just the resweep is going to do the same? You know, it's going to make us go higher. Yeah, legit. So you can see price was coming back up, accumulating again. The second you see price is displacing up, which is okay, cool, nice. You can see we have this eternal reflection. The price immediately starts flipping bearish. Okay, that's when you gotta close it, or like slap break even. You know what I'm saying? It's understandable. It could have been avoided, but it's fine. You know, it's better than long it up here. Did the trade for his macro because of how choppy yesterday was before Warsh hopped on stage. Yeah, it's understandable. Sev, turtle manipulation, order block, rebalance, displacement lower. Yeah, fine. It's good. I'm not to get stuck between minute SMT on both sides. Understand the narrative and bias. Okay, trade alongside it. Focus on the manipulation that's giving you, or focus on the SMT that's alongside the bias. So, if I have London manipulation and 9:30, we have another SMT. I'm expecting NQ to deliver before ES, right? And you can see on the 15-minute we have this accumulation, this accumulation. So my DOL is already predetermined. This has to get swept before we even reverse. So if NQ is coming down here to make the SMT, cool, I'm fine with that. Jack, went break even. Good that you went break even up there. Yeah. Overall, it would have worked out because price came back, we swept the tournament push to continue going bearish. Here, price was built on liquidity. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck. Nonetheless, love. Peace out.